There, I didn't see you there. Thanks for stopping on by. What I was doing was stimming. Now, what is stimming? I'm glad you asked. Stay tuned. Rolling. Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today's video will be on stimming. Now, as I get my notes set up here, I just wanted to say I've had a really great time making these videos, and this one in particular, stimming, was very highly requested by others. So here we go. So what is stimming? Stimming is a repetitive body movement that self-stimulates one or more senses in a regulated manner, also known as stereotypy. Like a continuous movement in a way. Some types of stimming are rocking back and forth, hair twirling, hand flapping, drumming, jumping, dancing, and there's so much. There are also subtypes for stimming, which are visual stimming, sensory stimming, and movement stimming. Now, there are some stims that are not the best and are dangerous, and that's kind of like one reason why there's a dark side to stimming, like hitting oneself. But I will tell you the alternate ways to prevent that later on in the video. Now, why is it necessary? We should be allowed to stim for many reasons, but here are the top, and I'm going to go from 4 down to 1. Number 4, we do this due to a sensory overload. So if we're like in a large crowd, or we just really can't sit still when we hear somebody talk, we should be able to stim because that helps us stay focused. And if we lose, like I said, if we lose our focus, it helps us. So if we're like stimming, like going like this, or hand rubbing, it kind of helps us tell the brain like, hey, we need to stay focused. It also keeps us calm when overwhelmed, and there was one time where I was stimming in a class because of how overwhelmed I was, but I got in trouble, which leads me to this last one. It is definitely needed during school and work. And what I mean by that is I just can't stress how important it is for us to stim in the classroom. Not only does it keep us focused and calm, but if we're not allowed to stim, all that stress is built up, and when we get home, our parents are the ones that feel that sensory overload. And it's like when Mentos and Diet Coke meet, what do you get? It's like a combustible energy, which causes stress and anger and stuff like that. So teachers, just please allow us to stim in the classroom. It's I can't stress it enough. And I know it can be distracting, but it helps us stay focused, and we would be able to get through the day. As stated before, when I stimmed in class at a younger age, I was sent to detention, and a few times I would walk the hallways so I wouldn't walk over. But the moral of me saying this is, don't punish us for something that helps us be more focused and relaxed. So now we're going to go on to the different types of stimming. And here are the 6. There's visual stimming, so movements that catch the eye, like ceiling fans, or like book page flipping, and music or movable screensavers, so the ones that move. Number 2, auditory stimming. This can be involved in things like listening to the same song repeatedly because of the sound of the instruments. Another way would be white noise. For example, rain, thunder, and sounds like in a plane. And finally, finger snapping. Number 3, tactile stimming. It can be like teeth grinding, nail chewing, scratching, but that is a little dangerous because it would be considered self-harm. So an alternate would be to have something like a sensory cushion or stim toy, like one of those poppers or stress balls for them to squeeze. You can find those at like Amazon or Target or something like that. Number 4, verbal stimming. This can be seen by words being repeated along with sounds and noises. Number 5, taste and smell. So like for me, I kind of stim with coffees. So what I did there was a taste or smell stim. And when I smell coffee, I think of it, it's kind of like telling a story or something. So when I smelled that coffee, it was like, because of the dark roast, it felt like I was walking through a forest after a rain spell. The next one, number 6, vestibular and proprioceptive. So the vestibular stimming would be like things that involve balance, like yoga poses in a way, whilst the proprioception stimming would be seen as being able to move limbs without directly looking at them. Vestibular stimming includes spinning, rocking back and forth, whilst the other can involve throwing items, pacing, and jumping. Some stimmings that I like to do are like I'm a drummer that's hyping up a crowd at a rock show. Dancing movements like salsa dancing and occasional spinning to see how my balance is like a figure skater. I also have visual stims like mandalas, and coloring them helps me calm down. Listening to Latin music helps me, and mixing it with different dances is super beneficial, especially when I want to start my day and help keep me calm. I tend to listen to aggressive rock music and EDM and headbang like crazy, but that's if like I'm having a really stressful day. With those movements, I tend to calm down. A couple others I do are like rub my hands together and speak in different dialects, like I'm part of one of my favorite theater arts, from like Beauty and the Beast or Les Miserables, Phantom of the Opera, stuff like that. Anyways, I hope this video was found informative. As always, feel free to share it if you liked it, and I do thank you